Diego Cordovez.
Adam Schoenfeld.
Welcome to The Scoop, brought to you by Full Tilt Poker. We had Lauren Kling with us last week, primarily known as a very accomplished online player, but someone who also has now made a mark in the World Series in the main event and the women's event, and we're going to talk more poker tour.
You were putting her down because she went to Cal. You said that.
And if you missed part one, it's on Card Player TV.
How do you like playing live versus online? Because I know
I do. I prefer playing live, but you just gain so much more experience playing online.
Right.
And I mean, yesterday I played probably 30 tournaments, and if I were to play live in the amount of time that took me, I was playing probably 10 hours, and it would have taken me, a year.
Right.
So
typically,
like
you're playing a lot of multi-table tournaments online, like every day, like multi-tabling, however many.
Yes.
And are you happy with this life you've chosen? Do you think this is a long-term thing for you?
I like it for now.
You sound like her father.
I am. I'm old enough, so it's
Lauren.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I set my own schedule. I get to travel. I can play when I want. I'm making money. I'm really enjoying it.
So I had seen something where you said, you might have still been in college when you wrote this, but you said your ambition was to be CEO of a big company, but has that worn off?
No, I would love to start a company one day. I'm definitely an entrepreneur at heart, and I would love to do that, ultimately.
So this maybe this is the capital gathering phase for that.
Possibly.
We hope.
Possibly.
But as far as the live tournaments go, I mean, is it important for you to make your mark in those two? You've played in the World Series the last couple of years.
Yes, extremely important. And I think, to be a distinguished and respectable poker player, you have to have success live and online, which is very tough to do because they're two completely different arenas.
And on TV.
On TV, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to have more success live. Unfortunately, I haven't played very much live in comparison to online, and there's just going to be a lot more variance.
Are you traveling around to play like WPT events or other stuff, or what's your game plan for like the next year?
Yeah, I plan on playing, I don't know, I might play NAPT Los Angeles. I think that's in November, and I'll probably play PCA in January. I don't really have a set plan. I'm just kind of taking it as it goes, and I'm grinding all the W coops now, so I'm content with that.
Every time I seem to walk by your table at the World Series this year, I saw you had tons of chips. Notably, did things just then not turn out that great, or?
I basically, in the main event at least, on day 4, Shannon Shore was to my direct left, and then there was this French Stars Pro to his left, and the table was extremely tough.
French guys are crazy.
Oh yeah,
in poker, I mean,
yes. Shannon Shore 3-bets me the first time. I snap 4-bet him, and he flats in position. And then you miss the flop, and I have like a third of my stack in the pot. What am I supposed to do? I either jam or I fold.
Right.
So it was
jammed.
Just, I actually check folded because it was just so strong, And I mean, I found out what he had later.
That's one of the hidden.
So what did he have later?
King 7.
All right, so he had it.
Yeah, he got trips.
Oh, really?
I swear.
So
he knew it was coming.
That's a big part of the variance at the World Series is you just got an unlucky table draw where 85% of the tables you'll know no one, and now you have 2 super tough players to direct left.
Day 3 was the same thing. I had some internet guy, John Hannigan, Half Fizzle, and then Robert Mizrachi.
Right.
And it was just absurd, and this was like literally the row of death to my direct left.
So day 4, that meant you got close to the cash?
I cashed.
You cashed.
I cashed.
Oh, okay. So there's some good outcome out of this.
I
know.
Lauren and I, as cashers, we can relate.
Right. As a day 1 bust out.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had a chance in that too. I was just doing some research, and just the headline said something like Lauren Kling among the leaders. Now, this was day 1, so obviously you got off to a quick start in day 1.
Yeah, I think I was 5th or 6th in chips after day 1.
Now, you talk about these crazy Frenchmen or others, but were you playing kind of more of an online style, trying to really accumulate chips and playing a lot of hands aggressively?
She had chips in every... I noticed in every tournament I'd walk by, she'd have a lot of chips. So I assume you're very
well, that's kind of how I play. That's my style. I mean, I play a very aggressive style. If I get chips, I mean, I have no problem opening every hand. So I don't really care what my cards are. I just once I got chips, like I was just 3-betting everyone. I was just going nuts, at the main event and just taking advantage of my chip stack.
You think people don't give you credit, just the stereotypical kind of young woman? If you see the young nerdy guy now, you figure this guy's on the internet, he's making all these moves, and people do call them down light, but they still may not give you credit for that style.
I don't think they do.
I mean, the internet players who know you probably do. I mean,
well, the internet players know me, so if I'm sitting with them, then
they'll
they know me, and it's actually a disadvantage because I don't know what they look like.
Right.
I just know their names.
Everyone knows.
And since there's not that many women,
you
can be picked out. And
exactly. So I've been at tables with internet guys, and I've played with thousands of hands with them online, and they tell me after the fact, like, "Oh, I'm such and such, by the way. Like,
That'll
it's nice to meet you."
More.
Oh, okay, thanks.
So now you've blown your cover that you're super maniacal, aggressive style. People are watching. Next time they play.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, I will adjust. I can be the biggest nit ever if I need to be.
I saw something you said that I thought was good, and someone asked you if a certain situation was standard, and you said that, well, there's very little that's standard because
there's nothing. Yeah.
I mean, literally, what's happened in the last hand, what's happened in the last 30 hands, what's happened in your lifetime, it all factors into that situation.
There's so many dynamics.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the main event would play into this even more than any other event because obviously it is a weak field in general, but not only that, there are a lot of players who that's the only tournament they play.
Yeah.
There are
satellite
a lot
winners.
of satellite winners, but also just kind of older, wealthier people who want to play this and have fun.
Definitely.
They sit down with you, they've got no idea that you're like an online grinder and that you're going to be making a lot of the moves that are more typical of the online MTTs and all that. So they're just like, well, I'll fold again. And it can backfire because they'll call you unexpectedly, but you could accumulate a lot of chips just by coming out strong the first day when a lot of people are
so you're not generally concerned with playing small ball? You do play long ball?
It's like I said, it's just dependent. Yeah. I mean, I just really try to adjust accordingly and take everything into account, and I might play a certain hand versus you one way and versus you another way. It just is completely dependent.
You probably don't know this. This is just more of a trivia thing, but one of your online screen names is Supermodel, and that used to be Adam's screen name when he first started playing.
No way, you're kidding.
He is good.
We're just.
I didn't know that.
Lauren's like,
I
that's
really
impossible.
Although,
that can't be.
and on your other screen name, Loco en la Cabeza, I am crazy in the head, so that fits.
Okay, good.
Lauren, it's been great having you.
Thank
you so much.
I think we're going to hear a lot more from you. You've got to play some more live events. You've got kind of a limited schedule so that people really see you and what you're doing, because online, obviously, you have a lot going right, and you've got the right style to really knock off a tournament. I mean, if you're playing
you can win.
in this style, you can win, which is the key. It's not just going deep or cashing. So
definitely.
Hopefully you win one, and we'll be on the lookout for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us on The Scoop, brought to you by Full Tilt Poker. And also look for us on your mobile devices. Apparently, it comes out even better than on the
computer.
Yeah.